you for stopping by to visit the channel for this upcoming game preview. If you want to stay updated with the latest highlights or game previews, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another video. In this one, we have the 115th meeting of the game between Michigan versus The Ohio State University at the Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio, for the right to play Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State has won 6 in a row in this series, but Michigan is undefeated in their revenge tour. Something has got to give in this game, so let's go ahead and get started and look into this one. So as we're reviewing the tail of the tape, we're noticing that there are a lot of pushes between the two teams, with the exception of Michigan's offense having a slight advantage over Ohio State's defense. The matchup between Ohio State's offense versus Michigan's defense is the marquee matchup, as they are both ranked in the top 10 respectively. S&P Plus does give Michigan an advantage over the Buckeyes with a 61% win probability, and Vegas likes the Wolverines as a 4-point favorite. The Ohio State offense is a little different from the offenses Urban Meyer fielded in past years. Their strength is through the air, as opposed to the ground and pound. Dwayne Haskins Jr. has been the bright spot for this offense, leading them to the 13th ranked passing offense in the advanced metrics and 3rd among the FBS schools in passing yards per game. His 2 targets are Paris Campbell Jr. and KJ Hill, who just so happen to be 1 and 2 in receiving yards respectively. The biggest shock in their offense is the running game hasn't been as explosive as it was expected to be, which is ranked 114th in marginal explosiveness. But both J.K. Dobbins and Mike Weber are capable running backs with over 700 yards rushing individually. When I'm talking about the Ohio State defense, I'm not even going to keep this 100, I'm not even going to keep this a stack, but I'm going to keep this a cool million. This defense is freaking brutal by Ohio State standards. Period. It's not Oklahoma bad by any stretch of the imagination, but they have had their share of bad games this year. When a team like Maryland, who has an offensive success rate plus ranking of 109th, puts up over 50 points on you, you have issues that need to be worked out immediately. And I can't recall an Ohio State defense that has struggled with the big play quite like this. They are giving up over 100% of their opponent's passing averages and rushing averages. They are 123rd in defensive explosiveness, 93rd in passing defense S&P Plus, and 120th in passing down defense S&P Plus. Safe to say this wasn't the defense everyone expected to see in the preseason, and it's not like this defense is devoid of talented players, but it's relatively young. There are issues with speed at the linebacker position, and players are not maintaining gap integrity. Michigan's offensive attack is one of the more efficient teams in the country, ranked 35th in marginal efficiency offense. The FBS ranking doesn't do their advanced metric rating justice, as they are ranked higher in passing offense than they are in rushing offense. Shea Patterson has done well in this offense after the Notre Dame game with a completion percentage of 65%, and he is averaging over 7.5 yards per pass attempt. His favorite target is Donovan Peoples-Jones, who is the team leader in touchdown receptions with 7, but he has a catch rate of 60.4%, which is one of the lowest on the team. Despite that, this is a team ranked 7th in passing offense S&P Plus and 6th in standard down offense S&P Plus, so they do a good job of staying ahead of the chains. Now, as far as the Michigan defense goes, they're scary, they're fast, and they're well coached. They're 2nd in the country in defensive S&P Plus, and I run out of superlatives when I'm discussing them, so I'm going to move on to the next slide so we can review their matchup versus Ohio State's offense. As expected, there are a lot of pushes, as this is the best offense the Michigan defense will have seen all season long. But overall, Michigan is ahead in most of the categories. To be honest, I won't be surprised if Ohio State wins some battles here and there when they are throwing the football. A key for Ohio State when they have the ball is to give Dwayne Haskins time to throw, and with his offensive line rated 11th in offensive adjusted sack rate, he must get the ball out quickly because Michigan's 3rd ranked pass rush can get to him if he holds onto the ball too long. However, I will be surprised if Ohio State decides to test Michigan up front running the football. I do understand the concept of having balance, but when you look at the matchups when Ohio State is running the football into the teeth of Michigan's front, I don't look for them to have much success there, considering Michigan is giving up 72% of their opponent's rushing averages. We have a lot of maize on this side, but there's also a spot of scarlet. As I mentioned before, this is not the typical Ohio State defense that was ranked in the top 10 in defensive S&P Plus from 2015 through 2017. In fact, they haven't ranked this low since 2012, when they were ranked 33rd. Now, that's not saying Ohio State is not elite in some areas on defense. They are 5th in both defensive adjusted line yardage and defensive stuff rate, with them stopping the run at or behind a line of scrimmage 27% of the time. Now, Michigan is an efficient team when they have the ball in their hands, but with an Ohio State defense ranked in the near bottom of defensive explosiveness, I do expect Michigan to break a big play or two. As far as the keys of the game, for Ohio State, they have to limit explosive plays, so that defense has to step up and limit the big plays when they can. And what I mean by the defense, I mean guys like Draymond Jones and Chase Young both have to have an impact on this game and wreck Michigan's game plan on offense. For Michigan, they need to break this game open early. The longer this game goes and it's close, you usually give the edge to the underdog, and since the underdog is a top 10 home team, that's not a good way to start. The computer likes Michigan to win 33-27. Ohio State averages 111% over their usual yard per play average in Columbus, and Michigan averages 87% of their usual yard per play average away from Ann Arbor. Ohio State allows 89% of their opponent's scoring offense, but they score 140% of what their opponents typically allow. For Michigan, they allow half of what their opponents score, and they score 133% over their opponent's scoring defense. It's expecting Michigan to have 6.25 yards per play and hold Ohio State to 5.24. So we have the revenge tour against a team who has victimized them for years. Ohio State can throw the football, and I don't know how Michigan is going to react to an efficient passing offense, but you can say the same thing about the Buckeyes playing against an aggressive defense like Michigan with a capable offense. For Ohio State, this will be the second top 25 offensive S&P Plus team they will face this year. The first one was Purdue at 17th, and we all know how that game ended up. For Michigan, the health of Chase Winovich can be a concern in this game. My gut tells me that Michigan is a better team than Ohio State this year, and if they don't get them this year, they're not going to get them for a while. I got the Wolverines completing the revenge tour to the score of 28-24. And that's all I got for this game preview. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game in the comments section below. Give me your score prediction and also tell me why your respective team is going to win the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. All I ask is that you give the video a like, and if you love college football as much as I do, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay updated with the latest previews and the occasional highlights. Thank you for watching, and from my family to yours, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and y'all stay blessed.